Hey, how's it going? This is Cash from datatechnologyllc.com. Welcome back to another video about our series on how to make money and get paid online. This is part 2 of our series. The focus is going to be obviously making cash, cool cash, but we are also trying to do it the right way, and we are going to be using Google Adsense. Just a recap of what we covered in the first round. Essentially, you want to find a profitable niche, a particular area that you are, I guess, comfortable with, or you do know a thing or two about. So, for our case study, basically we are looking at car insurance as it's a popular item. We also showed you how to do a little bit of research using the keyword tool from Google. Next, we went over how to register the domain, and the idea is that once you have done the research, you really need to come up with a cool domain. And we showed you a site called bustaname.com that can help you, essentially come up with some cool ways of coming up with essentially a new domain. And we also showed you how to register the domain from our site, one of the sites that we use. So I'm actually going to go ahead and clear this one. And a few things that we did miss that I want to hit those real quick before we jump right into our session for today. One was the CPC column. So we showed you Google Adwords, but unfortunately the CPC column is not shown by default, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Here I'm logged into Google. I'm going to jump into my account settings, and then here are all my products basically. So I'm going to go into Adwords, and then after that I'm going to go into the keyword tool. And you will notice that let's go ahead and type something in here: car insurance. Click on search, and then as you notice, this column on the right says approximate CPC, which is cost per click. It is not shown by default, so what you can do is you can go to columns on the right side here, and then in your case it'll be unchecked, and just go ahead and check it and do apply. So I did want to mention that real quick, so let me take that out, keep this list a little bit clean. And then some people have always asked me, they ask that why not just do a blog? Okay, why do we need to create a website, get a domain, register it, design it, blah blah blah? Well, the idea is blog is fine, if you basically have limited funds or you just want to start out experimenting, but ultimately you do want to get a website. And the reason for this is that in fact, I can just use this example here. This is the domain we registered, and we are going to show you how to deploy this. But notice here, okay, these two words right in the middle of the domain, car insurance. Guess what? Those are the terms that we are trying to optimize, okay? And they are right here too. And so for SEO purposes, it actually makes a difference where these words lie, when you are trying to get traffic to the site. I mean, you can, technically you could go to, let me just open up another tab here. Let's say blogger.com, and it's probably going to log into my blogs, but you could register, a blog here and come up with a cool name, but you're kind of limited. So in other words, let me just go to this blog, Slacker DBA, that's me. It's still, I mean, you're limited in this part. So, and also another thing is, let's say you wanted to add something after this, like if this was insurance, you wanted to add liability insurance. You just can't do things like that in a blog. Now, having said that, a blog is a great idea, and we will actually show you how to do some of this stuff on our site, mycar-insurance.net. But the blog is, in our opinion, probably not the best option if you want to maximize your cash input. So that's just 2 cents about that. As far as today's date, I do wanted to point this out. I think I forgot to mention this. Today is May 23rd. Actually, I'm surprised I'm still around, because the world was supposed to end on May 21st, and I was ready with my extra amount of water and rice and everything else, but it didn't happen. So I was a little disappointed. I guess I'm still around and I still have to work to make money. But why is the date important? Well, I mean, the idea is I want to make money in 6 months. Okay, and why do I say 6 months? Well, it takes some time for your site to get going and get up in the rankings, and really after 6 months, which would be Turkey Day, hopefully I'll have a big bird in front of me so I can eat and be merry. But by that date, my target is to really make anywhere from $50 to $100 US dollars a day. Okay, and if I can pull that kind of dough, let's do a little bit of math here. 50 times 365. Okay, again, I need to find another device to make this happen, but let's say it says 18,250. Okay, if I can pull in something like this just from my ads, I'm making 18,000 in a year from a website. That is what I want to do. That is my target. So hopefully within this time, even before this date, we can get there. But I did want to mention that today is May 23rd, and so that's that. So enough talking. What are we doing today? Okay, today we are going to focus on the website design. Okay, that is very critical in the big scheme of things. Okay, and so how do we do that? Well, there's different ways of doing this. Obviously, I put the $2 signs in here. What that means is that if you are not an HTML guru like I am, actually I'm not that good, but I can work my way around the system. If you cannot design your own website, you are unfortunately going to have to get somebody else to do it. Well, the nice part is that with outsourcing and everything else, you can get a decent beginner site for somewhere between $250 to, let's say, $350. Okay, so there is a little bit of upfront cost involved to get that going. Now, before I really even get into our site, I do want to talk about some basic layout information. Okay, and so what I did was, I believe I do have this here. Here is what I think, in my opinion, and there's different ways of doing this. This is not the Bible of website design, I would say, but you definitely want to have a structured design. Typically you want to have a top navigation bar. Okay, with contact us or something along those lines. It would be nice to get a logo in there but for beginning you should at least have some text. You could definitely put some animation in here if you wanted to. Okay, but here are the key factors. You need to have definitely a left navigation bar. This would be essentially hyperlinks to different parts of your website where people can go and get further information. Your main part of your website will go here, which is the main text body. It's important also for SEO purposes. Okay, it's great to add some images, and then obviously the ads. Okay, where should we put the ads? Well, you could definitely have some ads left side, right side, but I would also say, as far as the hotspot that's been shown through research, is that if I were to draw a line, people sort of like start looking at things this way. Okay, so you definitely want to have I'm going to go ahead and take this out. You want to have your important things over here, and having said that, you definitely need to put some ads like right in here. In fact, let me just Let me go back to the box. So here's our text, blah 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 about insurance. Go ahead and put an ad right in the middle, okay? Then you talk about some more topics in here, and then maybe put an ad in here. Because the key is that as people are reading your website and the ad is within surrounding the text, you know, they're gonna probably click on it. Okay, now if your text is all here, okay, and then you know you put an ad somewhere like in the corner, chances are they're gonna, you know, miss the ad. Okay, so your ad sort of needs to be as part of the website, ideally, you know, mixed in with the text. You know, put some on the right side, you know, maybe it's someone some of those on the left side, but don't overdo it. You definitely don't want to like you know, have more ads than text. You need to focus on the content, which we will actually look at one of the other sessions. But you know, website design is important. And then finally, I would also say add something, you know, towards the end, footer. You can you know, put some SEO type stuff in there too, and we will actually look at SEO also, which, if you don't know what that is, stands for search engine optimization. Okay, so basic web design here. Let me go back to our website. Okay, and then oh, that's not the site I wanted. Let me do this. Too many things going on here, I apologize. But let's just talk for a few minutes about the website here that we are trying to put together. Like I mentioned, we registered this domain and also we outsourced this to another company, which I will mention in a second. But if you look at the layout, you know, we have some basic navigation up here. Okay, home, insurance resources, if they want to get insurance, blog that we will also talk about, videos, and then contact us. And you'll see we have a little flash animation going on here. Then our main part of the website is right in the middle. This is where the text is, so your user is going to be mostly interacting in this section. But then we have some more navigation in here. On the left side, we have a link to our blog, get insurance. We sort of have the ads not up and running right now, but you know, here is the section that they will go into, and then finally we have a footer. Okay, so you know, this pretty much plays into the design I was talking about. This site is still under construction, so we will be, you know, working through some of these things as I am making this video, but I did want to mention this out. So now let's move on to the company that put this together for us, and they are from India. They do a great amount of work. So here is their website. They have put together quite a few sites. In fact, they have helped me put together some of my site. One of them is right here, learningcomputer.com. So as you can see, you know, they definitely do quality work. And you know, if you're interested, definitely engage them, and you can contact us, and we can probably get you a better deal than they will. Hi, this is Cash again. I just wanted to provide an update on these two things. Essentially, we had some issues with our friend who's going to be the content writer for these insurance sites. So what so the deadline really to make money now is we're going to push it out a couple of months, January 23rd instead of 23/11. As you can see, it's already December. I basically had to get some other people to write the content, and that kind of pushed the schedule back a little bit. Still, we should be able to get there, as we still have about 6 weeks or so. And then the other thing is, instead of using this site for the video series like we had been intending to do, we are going to use a different site, which is going to be this one. Okay, so similar concept. In fact, we're even using the same layout, but a different site. This is Compare Insurance Car, and if I can show you, you know, like I mentioned, this is very similar. If I were to go to the other one, that looks the same, essentially, same layout. but notice that I will be focusing primarily on this site for for the case study, if you will. So wanted to mention two things. Thank you for watching the video.